Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Three pieces of news that I want to talk about today. Some lighthearted, some a little bit serious. I'll let you decide how you feel about it. There's a little nice story about the whole, Edouard Mendy, how he posted in Instagram, and off the back of that, Ziyech and Reece James had some couple of comments. A little bit about Frank Lampard and how he's getting questioned about his forward pack not firing. And then I want to have a little chat about the whole Wayne Rooney comment, which he recently made in regards to Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Tammy Abraham. But guys, before I get into all of that, if you are already here and you're always here every other day, smash the like button. Helps the channel out a lot, helps me out a lot. So please smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. You're not going to get disappointed. You're going to get quality content from this channel. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content as soon as I upload. So guys, let's get straight into this. First of all, Edouard Mendy, off the back of the draw against Man United, he posted something on Instagram saying, hard-earned point, and that it was a good collective team performance. And off the back of that particular post in Instagram, Hakim, Ziyech and Reece James commented. I think Reece James commented saying "beast" in inverted commas, and Hakim Ziyech said "panther." Basically, Edouard Mendy moves like a panther. He's so smooth, he's so flexible, I suppose. So it's good to see this type of sort of, camaraderie in the team that's building. And it feels like Edouard Mendy is already, building that authority, that goalkeeper, that number one goalkeeper tag for Chelsea. A couple of really big performances against Sevilla and Man United specifically. Against Sevilla, there was one big save where I think it was a free kick from Sevilla, one of the Sevilla players, and there was a header from one of the Sevilla attackers. And the header, Mendy was going the right way, but it took a deflection off, I think, Zuma's shoulder, and he had to quickly react and swat that ball away. And he was very good at that. And there were a few other little tricky situations where Mendy negotiated against Sevilla, but against Man United, I kid you not, I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen the match a couple of days ago. There was at least three big saves in that match. One in the first half where Rashford was pretty much clear through. Yes, it was a tight angle, but Mendy does really well to sort of, close down that angle, and Rashford drills that shot well, down below to the left-hand side. And Mendy sticks the leg out on time and blocks that shot. That was very good technique. And in the second half, in the dying moments, there was a whipping shot from Rashford. I'm pretty sure Mendy saw that quite late because there was a lot of players covering and screening that, and that's why Rashford took that opportunity to bend that behind all of those players. But Mendy, with his beautiful timing, great flexibility, great reach. And it lives up to the name of, really, great shot stopper. That's the tag that he has. And that's exactly why we've bought him. And what a story this has been, to be honest, with Mendy. 6 years ago, this player was unemployed. Then Peter Cech and Lolichon had been scouting him apparently for the last 12 months or so. And now he's here, he's playing for Chelsea, which, we needed a goalkeeper. I'm pretty sure, had it been Kepa, with the lack of confidence that he has, they would have been, I'm pretty sure he would have conceded at least one or two, even against Sevilla and definitely against Man United. And it's great to see players like Reece James and Ziyech coming out in public, in Instagram, and really backing Edouard Mendy. And as I said, I think Edouard Mendy is creating that sort of cult figure in Chelsea where he's starting to become a leader from the back. You can even see it in the match, how vocal he is and how he's communicating, and he's a strong lad. He's a beast of a character, of a size as well. So fantastic news for us, down the track. We seem to look like, if we can get our defense sorted, which seems like we kind of have over the last two games, obviously we need now the attack to click into place and both worlds come together. But defensively, if we can keep it tight, it's going to take one hell of a shot to get past Mendy, which gives me a lot of confidence. Now, next topic is Frank Lampard has been questioned about his front players. Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, Mason Mount, whoever else. Mostly Werner, Havertz, and Pulisic because they're the ones that featured the most over the last games against Sevilla and Man United. He's been questioned that they're misfiring, what's going on there. And he's pretty much come out and categorically said he's not worried one bit about it. I feel like he hasn't said this, but I feel his demeanor over the last 2 games, it seems like he's specifically told the team to sort of play the manner that they have played against Sevilla and Man United. I think off the back of that Southampton game where Frank honestly wanted the team to follow instructions in the second half, telling them that, look, Southampton's pressing hard, I want you to go long. But Chelsea didn't do that. Players still played the tiki-taka sort of style of football, which didn't go our way. At the end, Southampton absolutely mauled us with their pressing. And I think Frank really took that to heart, that, I need my team to listen to my orders when I give it to them. And I think against Sevilla and Man United, I think he specifically might have said to the team, go out there and be solid at the back. I don't worry too much about in the front. You've got quality. If you get the opportunity, put it away, of course. But I want you to be far more focused in the back. No more individual mistakes. No more being silly with your passing range or whatnot. Play simple, play solid, keep it tight. And, at the end of the day, there's Mendy as well, who if you do mess up, there's Mendy at the back. So it gives me the sense that, he's not worried about the front, and that was the specific sort of layout that he wanted. I'm pretty sure we've seen against Southampton what our front players can do, the forward players, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, all of them. With Ziyech, who's going to be coming back, our next 6 games look like all winnable games. I'm pretty sure Ziyech is going to feature a lot. And Ziyech is a kind of player that's going to demand so much. Even when he came on against Man United quite late, there was an instance where, he was pressing and then, the pass was made from the back by Man United, and he looked back and he was screaming at Tammy that, why aren't you pressing and covering and, stopping that pass? So I feel like someone like Hakim Ziyech is going to demand a lot. So look, Frank Lampard is absolutely right. I don't think there's anything to worry about in terms of our front players not firing. I'm pretty sure when given the green lights, we're going to pump in goals. Now, the last bit of news, which is a very interesting news for me. Wayne Rooney has come out in recent times, I think over the last 24 to 48 hours, and he's commented that he's very surprised that Dominic Calvert-Lewin hasn't played for England before Tammy Abraham. And, come to think of it, to be honest, like this, I've been following Dominic Calvert-Lewin for at least past 2 seasons. Obviously last season he was really great. This season it seems to be his breakout season. Last season we saw that there was a moment of that breakout happening anyway. But I've said it from the get-go this season that this particular player, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's gonna be a superstar. Honestly, he's got the complete game. He's a great targetsman for Everton. His aerial abilities is phenomenal. The way he leaps up and he just hangs there is very much like Cristiano Ronaldo-esque sort of feels that comes from that particular attribute that he has. But it's his movement. It's not just that he's aerially great. He just moves into the right spot to make sure he can take full advantage of his aerial prowess. So that just shows what type of a sort of, mindset, the kind of mentality that he has. He's a great reader of the game. His movement is great. He's very good with the feet. Don't get that sort of twisted. Just because he scores a lot of goals in the air, he's very good in the feet as well. He's got pace. He's got strength. This guy is going to be the complete package. We all sort of harp about Giroud being one of the best targetsmen, and he is. I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to be one of the best as well in the world, and I'm pretty sure he's going to land a very big contract down the track if he continues like this. And in regards to Wayne Rooney stating, he goes on to say that when he first saw Dominic Calvert-Lewin, when he came back to Everton, he saw him in training. He was absolutely, awestruck by this particular player. He saw his technique, he saw his abilities, and he was like, oh man, this guy's going to go places. The only sort of problem he had that he was snatching onto opportunities, and even that he's trying to get better at that day by day now. And he was sort of saying that Tammy Abraham doesn't seem to have all of that. And honestly, I want to take my Chelsea glasses off for a second, and I want to be biased here. As well as Tammy Abraham has been last season with all the goals that he scored, honestly, I've never once felt that he was developing week in, week out. For me, he lacked a lot of stuff. For the height that he has, he lacks aerially massively. His heading ability is probably one of the worst I've seen for a tall player. He should be eating up a lot of headers. So many great crosses come from Reece James, and he's always inches away from it, which makes me think that he's not reading the game as well all the time. Yes, he's been off the back of some really good goals when Jorginho first time touches and a few passes as well. There were some very good goals against, I think, Wolves and Norwich last season. But overall, I think he's got a lot of development that needs to happen in movement. He's just off the ball movement. Aerially, as I said, his hold-up game has to get better. His finishing has to get better. I think work rate is very good. He works definitely, but he, I feel, is still quite a bit behind Dominic Calvert-Lewin personally. So guys, that's pretty much what the news is happening at the moment in Chelsea. Let me know what your thoughts are on all these topics that I've raised. Let me know how you feel about the whole, Edouard Mendy being our keeper and Ziyech and Reece James backing him. Frank Lampard, do you really think that we have an issue with their attack? How you feel about that? Comment below. And the whole Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Tammy Abraham, who do you think is the better player and who has the brighter future? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.